Roman Reigns' title reign and the Bloodline come to an end. Fans are massively disappointed with recent WWE announcement. Drew McIntyre officially turns heel. Karrion Kross breaks silence amid rumors of blockbuster push. Real-life Bloodline member to return after 9 months to cost Rhea Ripley at WWE Crown Jewel. The Judgment Day to refuse special requests from veteran on WWE Raw. Jey Uso brutally attacked LA Knight labeled a thief. Let's jump right into it. Fans are massively disappointed with recent WWE announcement. A recent announcement for the latest edition of WWE Raw hasn't gone with many fans who have openly expressed their disappointment on social media. The announcement in question is Judgment Day being revealed to address the viewers during Monday night's show opening segment. Over the last few months, the stable has often kicked off Raw with a promo. As such, fans took to Twitter to mention how they were tired of watching the same thing over and over again. The faction has been drenched in gold at the moment, with Rhea Ripley being the Women's World Champion, Dominic Mysterio being the NXT North American Champion, and Finn Balor and Damian Priest being the Tag Team Champions. At the same time, Priest also holds the coveted Money in the Bank contract. Though they have been booked strongly and are over with the crowds, the Judgment Day kicking off WWE Raw every other week is seemingly testing fans' patience. At last week's Raw, Damian Priest and Finn Balor regained their WWE Tag Team Championships from Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso, which they lost at Fastlane 2023. On the recent episode of WWE's The Bump, Austin Theory stated Priest and Balor could only win because he and Waller had successfully weakened Cody and Jey by facing them on SmackDown before Raw. The former United States champion added that the Judgment Day owes him and his tag team partner a thank you. Main event Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes, are they the tag team champions right now? I didn't think so, okay. I didn't think so. Yeah, thanks to me because I beat them down. Me and Grayson Waller, we wore them down. When they showed up on Monday Night Raw, Judgment Day, you know what they did. Swooped in. Like you owe Theory a thank you, said Theory. It'll be interesting to see who are the next challengers in line for Damian Priest and Finn Balor for their coveted tag team titles. Are you excited about seeing Judgment Day kick off this week's Raw? Let us know what you think in the comments section below. Drew McIntyre officially turns heel. Last week on Raw, Sami Zayn was engaged in a verbal altercation with Drew McIntyre. The latter made a series of insulting comments towards Zayn after Zayn's reunion with Jey Uso. Tonight on Raw, McIntyre will turn his attention to the ex-Bloodline member in a one-on-one match. Zayn will be great practice for the former WWE champion before his match with World Heavyweight Champion Seth Rollins at WWE Crown Jewel 2023. We've seen a new side of McIntyre over the past 2 weeks. He could further establish himself as a villain by attacking Zayn after the match. He even watched Zayn suffer a beating from Judgment Day recently as he was not pleased with Jay's arrival on Raw. Ahead of his upcoming match against Seth Rollins at Crown Jewel, it seems that the former WWE champion, although maintaining a positive public image for over 3 years, is transitioning towards a villainous persona. Let's see what happens when the cameras roll for Monday Night Raw. While fans are hoping for a shift in character, Drew McIntyre himself has stated his preference for such a decision only if it aligns logically with the story. During an interview with Armin Sandler on the Stay Busy platform, McIntyre was asked about his future endeavors in the Stanford-based promotion. The character itself, I'm willing to go any direction that is interesting. People are calling for a heel turn, but I'm not willing to do that unless it makes perfect sense. We have a lot of equity in Drew McIntyre. I show up at Special Olympics and see the effect WWE and McIntyre has on people, and I can understand Cena's perspective of not turning. He added, of course he's on a higher level and did so much outside the ring, but I can understand where he was coming from. For the right time and right moment, and it was entertaining for the fans, I would be about that. One of my favorite runs was outside the company as a heel. When that dark side comes out, it's pretty dark. McIntyre might benefit from a heel turn in the future as well. We'll have to wait and see how WWE books the conflict between the Scottish Warrior and Seth Rollins in the coming weeks. Karrion Kross breaks silence amid rumors of blockbuster push. An absent WWE superstar recently sent a cryptic message amid rumors of his blockbuster push by the company. The name in question is Karrion Kross. Kross was last seen on WWE television in a match against AJ Styles on the August 11 episode of SmackDown, where the Phenomenal One clinched victory. The former NXT champion has made a few appearances on house shows, but hasn't been seen on TV since August. He was set to return on the latest episode of SmackDown, but it did not go as planned. Karrion Kross recently took to Twitter to post a cryptic message ahead of his much-awaited return to television and posted a video of his entrance alongside Scarlett Bordeaux. An old preacher once told me true evil always enters through the shadows. A good man always lights a candle when he's in the dark, never realizing that to light a candle is to cast a shadow, Kross tweeted. Many fans want WWE to book the former two-time NXT champion better in future matches, as almost all of his feuds recently have ended up with him on the losing end. WWE recently replied to a fan on Twitter who asked about the company's plans for Karrion Kross. The fan was told that the star star would be a part of a new plan very soon. However, WWE again replied to another fan, confirming this time that WWE's plans for Kross will be implemented at any point now. Fans are eagerly waiting to see what the Stamford-based promotion has planned for Kross, and if he will go after gold soon. Let's see what the company has in store. What do you think the Stamford-based promotion has planned for Karrion Kross? Let us know in the comments section below. Real-life Bloodline member to return after 9 months to cost Rhea Ripley at WWE Crown Jewel. Rhea Ripley doesn't have a champion's advantage heading into her match at Crown Jewel next weekend, when she puts her title on the line in a fatal 5-way match that includes Zoe Stark, Shayna Baszler, Raquel Rodriguez, and Nia Jax. The Women's World Championship will be on the line in the Middle East, but given Ripley's popularity and status within the Judgment Day, it's likely that there will be a controversial finish. Ripley has recently been seen on SmackDown making an alliance with the Bloodline, but since there is now a definite split between brands, it's unclear if their agreement still stands. Ahead of Survivor Series, the Bloodline could decide to make it clear that they are no longer on the same page and allow Tamina to make her return, aligning with Nia Jax to help her win the championship. Both Nia Jax and Tamina Snuka have been linked with joining the Bloodline over the past few months, since both women have links to Roman Reigns and the Usos in real life. Given that Rhea Ripley is seen as the leader of the Judgment Day, this could be seen as an active war between brands, kickstarting a story heading into Survivor Series. Tamina hasn't been seen in WWE in 9 months following her appearance at the Royal Rumble earlier this year. Nia Jax recently opened up about her Rumble appearance while talking to Busted Open Radio and revealed that she only returned because she wanted to be part of what Tamina believed was her last one. It's funny because with the previous Rumble 2022, I was not going to come back. I was asked to come back and I was like, absolutely not. I wasn't there. But this last one, 2023, my cousin Tamina and I talked about it and she said it might be her last one. And I was like, well, frick. If that's going to be Tamina's last Rumble, I definitely want to be a part of it if they wanted me to be a part of it. If Tamina is really coming to the end of her WWE career, then it's likely she will want one more run with Nia Jax before she hangs up her boots. Do you think Tamina will return to cost Rhea Ripley at Crown Jewel? Share your thoughts in the comments section below. The Judgment Day to refuse special requests from veteran on WWE Raw. The Judgment Day regained the tag team titles this past Monday on WWE Raw. Damian Priest and Finn Balor defeated Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso following an interference from Jimmy Uso to cap off the show's main event. Since both Raw and SmackDown have one set of tag team championships, Balor and Priest have to defend the titles on both shows. However, Nick Aldis' reaction to Jey Uso's arrival on the blue brand this past week showed he isn't a fan of cross-brand appearances. The 19-year veteran may want to split the tag team titles to prevent further chaos on his brand. However, that means the Judgment Day will have to relinquish the SmackDown Tag Team Championship, a request the faction will, most probably, decline. Hypothetically, Adam Pearce's opinion would factor into Balor and Priest's decision against splitting the Tag Team Championships because of how the Raw general manager was treated by his SmackDown counterpart this past Friday. Pearce can potentially stop the split from happening by ordering Judgment Day to defend their tag team titles on both shows, leaving Aldis with only 2 choices: create new tag titles for SmackDown or get Triple H involved in his business. WWE announced that Finn Balor, Damian Priest, Rhea Ripley, and Dominic Mysterio will kick off Raw just a week after winning back the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championship from Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso. After Finn Balor and Damian Priest won the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championship from Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso last week, the Judgment Day will kick off Monday Night Raw as they celebrate bringing the titles back into the fold, per the official release. The Archer of Infamy will also square off against Jey Uso in one-on-one action on the show. Jey Uso brutally attacked. On tonight's edition of WWE Raw, Jey Uso is set to wrestle in a singles match against Damian Priest. Last week, the Judgment Day members reclaimed the undisputed Tag Team Championship with the help of Jimmy Uso, dethroning Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes. With Jimmy continuing to anticipate the feud against his own brother, there is a possibility that he might attempt another intrusion on the Red brand during tonight's show. This might be done by attacking Jey during his match, eventually planting more seeds for a major Survivor Series match. The potential scenario that might unfold could involve Jimmy interrupting the match between Jey Uso and Priest, leading to Jey's potential loss. In response, Adam Pearce could confront Jimmy Uso backstage, imposing a fine on him for making an unauthorized appearance on Raw and for attacking a superstar of his brand. This confrontation could further intensify the conflict between Adam Pearce and Nick Aldis, the general managers of Raw and SmackDown respectively. This incident would mirror the recent segment on SmackDown where Nick Aldis fined Jey Uso $10,000 for invading the Blue Brand show and attacking Jimmy. It will be interesting to see how things things will unfold on tonight's show and whether Jimmy will once again decide to cost Jay his match on Raw. In addition to the Jey Uso vs. Damian Priest match, tonight's show is set to feature multiple high-profile segments, including the return of Logan Paul. The Maverick made his return on the recent edition of SmackDown, engaging in a heated confrontation with Rey Mysterio and setting up a United States Championship match between the two at Crown Jewel 2023. With Logan's appearance scheduled for tonight's show, fans are eager to see what the YouTube sensation has in store after securing a title shot. Furthermore, the show will feature a tag team match involving Chad Gable and Otis facing off against Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods. Becky Lynch is also scheduled for action, taking on former NXT Women's Champion Indy Hartwell. Additionally, the Stamford-based promotion has announced that the Judgment Day will kick off tonight's show. Sami Zayn is also set for a clash against Drew McIntyre following heated confrontations between the two in recent weeks. With a jam-packed edition lined up, tonight's show promises to be an exciting one as the anticipation builds for the Crown Jewel 2023 Premium Live event. LA Knight labeled a thief. Wrestling veteran Kenny Bolin believes LA Knight stole more aspects of his gimmick from Ken Anderson, Mr. Kennedy, than WWE legends The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin. LA Knight made his main roster debut last year. He has since become one of the most popular superstars in the Stamford-based company. However, he was criticized by some legends and veterans, including Kevin Nash, for allegedly copying Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Rock. During a recent episode of his The Ball and Alley, the wrestling veteran addressed the same subject, claiming Knight was stealing more from Anderson's character in the Texas Rattlesnake and the Brahma Bull. I see a lot because everybody compares to a degree that LA Knight has stolen a lot from The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin and a couple others. I see maybe he's stolen more from you, Ken Anderson, than them, and I come at a problem. I consider that an honor. You're not there no more, he is. And why not? And you wears the vest like you wore. I don't think he's more or less copying Steve as more than he's copying you, he said. LA Knight is currently one of the top stars on SmackDown. He recently started feuding with Roman Reigns. The two superstars are scheduled to square off in an undisputed WWE Universal Championship match next month at Crown Jewel in Saudi Arabia. Speaking to 100% Wrestling Podcast, WWE Hall of Famer Eric Bischoff claimed it was too soon for Knight to go after Reigns. You think is it too soon for him to go after Roman Reigns at this moment? In my opinion, yes. And I've learned this the hard way. You learn more, I've learned more from my mistakes than I have from my success. Trust me. But I think the real art in writing and creating and building a professional wrestling organization is, this is such a subtlety, but the real art is making the fans want to see someone succeed. Make the fans want to see LA Knight become a world champion. Make the fans want to see Cody Rhodes become the world champion. Make the fans want to see whoever next become the world champion or become more successful, he said. Roman Reigns' title reign and the Bloodline come to an end. A top name has made a huge prediction about Roman Reigns and the Bloodline. The star in question is LA Knight. Reigns formed the Bloodline shortly after winning the Universal title at Payback 2020. Reigns, Paul Heyman, Solo Sikoa, the Usos, and Sami Zayn were unstoppable at one point. Fast forward to now, and the Bloodline has lost Jey Uso and Sami Zayn. Roman Reigns is still the top champion in WWE, and the Bloodline is still an incredibly powerful stable. The fan favorite LA Knight wants to put an end to the stable though. At tonight's live event, he defeated Solo Sikoa in a street fight. After the bout, he cut an intense promo in which he made it known that the Tribal Chief's title reign and the Bloodline would soon be history. In just a very short amount of time, not only is the Bloodline gonna be history, but inaudible his title reign is also gonna be history. Reigns has defeated several big names over the years in his quest to remain the top star in WWE. He has never faced LA Knight though. Knight is quite possibly the most popular name in WWE today, and fans desperately want him to dethrone the Tribal Chief. At Crown Jewel 2023, Knight will get an opportunity to put Roman Reigns down and become the undisputed WWE Universal Champion. It remains to be seen if the megastar manages to do what many greats before him couldn't. Do you think Knight's prediction will come true?
I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me